Oh, nope, we're going with
Me.
Danny.
Hello.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How y'all doing?
I am doing.
We're
I'm doing so good.
recovering.
It shouldn't be legal. How about you, Tan?
I feel the same.
Well, speaking about how you're doing, how does it feel to be an award-winning vendor at Fear Expo your first year showing?
I mean, it's great. Obviously, I didn't expect that being a new guy. But, I had coaches from some of the big wheels. Dark Creations ATX. He's been working with me the whole time. Some good friends of mine. If it wasn't for them, I couldn't do this stuff.
Wait,
Right.
They're good.
Dark Creations, who's that?
Adam Lane.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know. I mean, you might have been standing beside him.
Yes,
you
we
might
all
know
know
that.
Adam. And hopefully we get Adam on the show next week because he's also an award winner.
That's right.
No, I was excited, Tan. So I got to see the awards before everyone else. I got to see what was picked,
Love it.
and I said, "Horn box? What is that? What is a horn box?" I did not know what to expect, so I had to walk over and talk to him. And my GM next to me, or next, was actually in the same booth right next to you. The guy who was next to you, Matt, is the GM from Expo.
Yeah, I annoyed him to death.
He goes, "Doug, I hate that horn." And I said, "Yeah?" And he goes, "Yeah, go ahead and buy it for the haunt, though."
Yeah, he ended up liking it a lot, which is good.
Funny.
So tell us about who you are, and tell us about. I mean, you've never been on this show, right? Never have.
No. I've always just visited them. I've worked at haunted houses. I've been makeup manager for Red Vein Haunted House for 7 years, I believe. If I was good enough to do that, I'll figure I was good enough to do other stuff. So I tried, and I was good enough. Or at least I was skeptical about it until last weekend, and it turns out I was. So,
Well,
but
now
yeah,
I need to start interviewing. Actually, this is Tane's show. I'm just a guest host.
You're like, I better know why I'm talking. So, for those people who don't know, because we didn't discuss what the prize was for, what was the prize for?
the prize is for my briefcase blaster. Basically, it's a remote control train horn suitcase. It's extremely loud, and I mean, I scared everyone that walked past with it. Everyone enjoyed watching me scare other people, and they bought them.
Didn't you bring it with you to the costume ball? I thought I'd seen it.
I had my original version with me at the costume ball. I'm the clown that was holding up the briefcase that said "Tiny" on it.
Yeah.
That one's way louder than the other ones. I was just nice and didn't honk that at the party. It's extremely loud.
You're like, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Do you know the coolest thing, Danny? Is you can take that suitcase and you can set it down and walk around and start talking to the person you set it behind and push that button and watch them get their.
Exactly. It's great.
I love that thing.
I mean, you put it in someone else's hand and you take the remote, and when they get to places where it shouldn't honk it. It was great. So
Well, now we need to have a Wi-Fi version next year, so I can leave it at home and go.
I'm sure a friend of mine could do it. I got a buddy of mine, Derek Wooden. He does all that for me. I showed him like a Flintstones version of what I wanted to do, and he turned it into what it was. He's awesome. If you can think of it, he'll make it.
How did you all come up with the idea for it? Like, were you always a hobo clown, or like?
I've been in one forever. I've been pretty much Tiny the Clown for Red Vein Haunted House since they've had clowns. It's always been a vintage looking clown, and it's not the same as everyone else running around. So everyone likes it, or at least I think they do.
So Tan, I forgot to make an announcement.
Oh, of course.
And I didn't even tell you about this, and I didn't tell Chris about this. But we have an Alabama haunt tour coming up in November. All right, the tickets are already on sale, and it's for 11 haunts in 3 days. Right? If over the next 3 shows, if you hashtag Alabama Ultimate Haunt Tour, you gotta spell Alabama right. if you do that, we're going to pick a grand prize winner who's going to get 2 tickets, which includes hotel and a haunt tour. But it's going to be, we're going to draw it in week 3, at the end of week 3. So this is week 1. Next week, we're going to do another show about some of the award winners. And then we're going to conclude in week 3. So, Alabama Ultimate Haunt Tour, hashtag, and you can win tickets for 2 people to go to that tour.
Dear my mother, who's watching the show right now, can you please hashtag for me?
Danny, you're gonna be there? You gonna try and win some tickets?
I'm gonna try.
That's
Definitely.
always the goal. Free
I
stuff,
mean,
we're in.
my briefcase might be in a couple places on that tour. I know for a fact one of them is. So
that's awesome. Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt. Keep going, people.
No, you're good. So, I mean, of course, the briefcase was like the most popular thing, but is there something else that you make that everybody seems to really like?
my masks. They really like my clown mask for some reason. I don't think I'm a great sculptor. Everyone else thinks I'm pretty good. I'm a better painter than I am sculptor. It helps. They turn out pretty cool. Each of them are hand stitched if they have stitching, and some of them have nipple rings, some of them have eyelashes. It's great.
Hey, nipple rings are a selling point for something.
Exactly, and I pointed to everyone ahead.
I've been there. I put nipple rings on a Yeti that I made, and somebody bought it only for the nipple rings on the
exactly.
Yeti. Sometimes that's the selling point, man. I get it.
Right?
Completely. How long have you been sculpting?
Not very long, like a year. I just picked up clay, tried it, and I molded the mask out of it, and it turned out pretty good. So I just kept on going with it.
Are they latex?
Yes.
Nice. And I guess so that everybody knows while they're watching, where can they find all your stuff at?
The easiest way to find it is on Facebook at Psycho Morph FX. That has a link to my Etsy on the page. Pretty much that's it right now. I plan on getting bigger than that. We'll see. Depends on how good I get. But I plan on going a lot bigger. So.
I didn't get to walk around. So I was stuck at my booth most of the time.
Me too.
Did you collaborate with Dark Creations and you guys?
I did on one of my briefcases. On my very first one, I did. I sent Adam a video of it, and he thought it was wonderful. So he asked me to send it to him. He did his thing, sent it back to me, and now 916 Productions owns it. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
Wait, 916 Productions owns your booth?
No, now they own the briefcase. The one that Adam Lane did.
I got you. I understand.
Yes.
I was confused.
No, definitely not the booth. No. Not unless it's starting to rust.
There you go. Man, they had a nice booth at the show.
They really did.
Their booth is always insane.
Yeah.
Like everywhere that I've seen them at, it feels like 10 stories high, and like it's huge. It's always really cool looking. So where are you based out of?
Fredericksburg, Virginia. And obviously it's getting dark here.
Yeah. I'm wondering.
That's the only place I have reception. I'm sorry.
I'm wondering how long I can interview him before he disappears.
Exactly.
Yeah, for real. So you said that you've been haunting, and then you said something about how you just like tried this out one day. What in the world is the backstory?
I mean, I like to try out everything. I'm a professional welder. I can pretty much fabricate anything I want, anyways. I just used that, tried sculpting, and it worked out great. Somehow or another, both of them related. Yeah, in my own head, they are at least.
So, do you plan on coming out with more props and stuff like that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm gonna use my welding on the next show, so
nice.
Stuff should get big.
What's your next show? What's your next show? You're gonna
Fear Expo right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Exactly.
Love
it. Exactly. And maybe they're friend down in Florida too. Who knows?
Yeah, Hong Kong.
That's right.
Yeah, that's January next year. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it looks like it.
We've got a couple of things to announce about that show that's coming up. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I imagine so.
And it's gonna be warm, Orlando, instead of
right
in January.
Exactly.
Do you have any questions, Doug?
I got one question. what made you decide to come to Fair Expo for your first show? What was the reason that you decided this was going to be your first show? We have a lot of people who are coming to Fair Expo for their first time ever vending, and I'm just really interested. What is it that attracted you to try us first?
Honestly, last year I came through as a VIP, and everything was great. I didn't have to buy no food, no nothing. And then, all the vendors obviously were VIPs, so I figured, hell, if I go up there as a vendor, I can still eat free. I'm a big boy, I like eating, and that did it for me.
I get it, man.
Yeah.
Now I do have a complaint, Doug. I don't know what the beginning like. Were you there for the magic show?
I missed part of it.
Okay.
I
Well,
was.
you would have been upset too. They had this salad that was weeds, and there was like.
Oh, I was there for the dinner part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was like
The spoonful of salad. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. I spent more on the food for Fair Expo than I did Hong Kong. And I love the Hong Kong food versus the Fair Expo food just because of a couple of things.
Yes.
And as I'm walking out the door talking to the rep there, I said, this food, I want to approve. I want tasting. I want to pretend like it's a wedding next year. And I want to taste this food. I want to see it before we do it because we're not running into this problem again.
The cheesecake was good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The cheesecake was really good.
Yeah. And the breakfast was great. And the burgers, it's just with the salad, I don't know what they were trying to do.
That salad, man, we walked in and I looked at that and I was like, what is this? And Mom went, somebody took the time to wrap all of our salads in the cucumber. Be grateful. I was like, oh my God.
Well, we've already picked a theme for next year, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. The theme for this year's theme for the show was circus, right? And
That's right.
Circus could kind of match that theme and bring items, and of course the ball and the amusement. Next year's theme is vampires and creatures of the dark.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So we're going to talk to them about the vendors bringing stuff to match that. The thing about it, we're trying to do themes that match haunts. So that way haunters, when they're thinking about their themes for next year, they can be like, hey, I can go to Fair Expo and I can know there's a lot of vampire stuff and a lot of werewolves and creatures of the dark that are going to be
exactly.
at Fair Expo. And then who doesn't want to do a vampire ball?
Yeah.
Right.
The vampire ball is going to be insane next year.
That'll be awesome.
Well, cool. We've almost lost them. We got one.
I see. I'm looking for myself and I haven't found me yet, but there I am. There I am.
I see like this half of your face.
The lights on the other side is the strange part.
Well, is there anything else that you would like to share with the world before we have to let you
Nothing
go?
I can think of.
Really, man? Nothing?
Nothing. Other than thank y'all. Y'all put on an amazing show. Other than that, no, nothing. Just keep on watching me. That's it. You'll see something.
I'm excited to see what you do next.
I am too.
Me too.
I can't wait to see you next year.
Me too.
Oh,
all
man.
right.
Thank you.
And thank y'all.
Do you know this whole interview was kind of like watching an eclipse happen?
It really has. If I take my hat off, it'll be a little brighter out, but I can't do that.
Oh, man.
All right, sir. We'll see you again really soon. We'll make sure we have you on the show throughout the summer, definitely before next year's Fair Expo.
All right. During daylight. No. Well, I'll be in daylight next time. Let's say that. All right. Thank y'all.
All right. Take care. That was really good. I really liked having them at the show. That was a lot of fun.